based on what we've seen from both of these teams and the agents they like to play, I feel like that could be quite a fun map for both of these teams.
Bofa.
All right. Well, as chat finishes their vote and as we decide on the single map, I'll let both of you guys go get ready for the next match, and I'm going to bring in our two trash talkers for our game 3 today. Looks like it's going to be... we have Masayoshi, and we have Fusli. Good to see you both. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, good to be here. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be part of your tournament, Fusli. And we haven't seen your team play yet today. How has practice been leading up to this weekend? You guys feel prepared?
Phenomenal. It's been incredible. We haven't
Good,
lost a game. We've been scrimming all week. We actually knew the teams in advance. So.
Damn.
Yeah. Sorry, John. Yeah,
wow, that's wild. So you guys are coming in with a huge advantage here. I mean, Masayoshi, how intimidating is that?
Leslie, are you lying right now?
Yeah, no, we didn't know the
Are you
teams.
full of baloney?
We didn't know the teams until yesterday. Wait, last night. Yeah, John, tell us how is your practice going?
The 5 queens. It's gonna be a match.
How did your first game go?
Oh, you know, easy stomp. It was like, I think it was like they got one. It was like 13-1. Yeah, it was no big deal. No biggie. I landed all my ults on Raze. You know, the usual. Yeah, 4 for 4.
Well, am I allowed to trash talk John now? I've been waiting.
Oh, yeah, please never let me stand in the way of that, by all means.
John, all I know is I got more sponsors this week than you're gonna get kills all tourney.
Oh my god. When you recover, feel free to fire back as you.
Oh my god. I have no response.
Don't
here.
care, didn't ask, plus L plus ratio, plus I made you, plus make better content, plus get a real job, plus JoJo see what gets more kills.
Leslie.
The game hasn't even started yet. She killed you like 6 times.
Leslie, no. Leslie,
John. I'm sorry, John.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. No, John, no, it's because I'm scared. It's because we're scared of you.
You better be. God damn it, I'm mad now.
Oh God, we're fueling his anger. He's only gonna
Nobby's
play
gonna
better.
sick you all. Nobby's gonna end the world.
No.
Just you wait.
Are you playing Raze?
We'll see. I'll dabble.
You're
No,
playing on
let's be
Raze.
bad. Let's be bad. You know, if I bust out the sky, you know me.
Shit. Okay, well.
With all that devastating damage dealt, I'm actually going to invite you to put a little compliment band-aid on that, perhaps, Leslie. Is there anything maybe festively cheerful that you'd like to say to Master Yoshi?
I did not prepare anything kind.
No, that's fine.
I hope your laundry stinks.
It's true. I need to do my laundry.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, no. Team JoJo. I knew I was gonna end this all nice, damn it. Well, just because they're so talented and so good, they have the couple buff and everything, and they're immortal, and we're scared of him, honestly. And I think it's gonna be a good game either way, and I hope that you guys do well, but still lose, but do well. You know,
Yeah,
like
best
it's
of luck
close,
to you too.
like 13-11 kind of thing.
Best of luck to you, Leslie.
Best of
Firm
luck.
handshakes. Firm handshakes. Best of luck out
Love
there.
to see that sportsmanship. I'm feeling ready for this next match. I'm going to send our 2 teams off to the races, and I'm going to throw it back over to our casters to take us into it. So I hope you all enjoy this next match.
Thank
See
you.
you there.
Goodbye.
Good luck.
Here we are.
She came in
What do you
ready.
think about that?
She came in ready. She came in ready with the 1-2 punches outside a game, ready to bring it into the game. And Dan, you wanted bind? We got bind.
Nice. Again, yeah, I feel like this is going to be a good map for these 2 teams. I'm curious to see the agent select, because you never know until you lock in those agents as to exactly what's going to happen on the server. But I think with some of the, I mean, we know, or I feel like, I mean, again, you never know, but I feel like I know that Poki's going to get on that Raze, and I think Raze is a lot of fun on this map. There's a lot that you can do with Raze for pressure, for the showstoppers, the close choke points as well. You know, Broden with the judge, definitely going to find a lot of spots for that. So it's, yeah, it should be a fun map, I think.
Yeah, I think especially for Team JoJo, if we looked at their performance on Icebox before and they're not using a Jet, I feel that Bind could also be one of those maps where you don't necessarily need to have a Jet as a duelist to go in. So if you do have Masayoshi playing towards the Raze or even a Sky, but you also have Quarter Jade that's going to stick over to Reyna, that could still work quite well, because we've seen, for example, Team Liquid with Scream trying things out with a Reyna, and it works very, very well under Bind, except for versus Sentinels, of course, but it worked pretty well against Cloud9, so the agent comp for duelists for those two players works well on this map. On the other end, though, for Team Poki, Dan, now we want to find out, is Pokimane going to use Sova, or is she going to use Raze as well? Because on their end, they usually have Box playing duelist.
Yeah. Well, we're about to find out, as the agents are going to get locked in for both of these teams, and we'll see if some of our suspicions are correct. And Poki swapping between Sova and the Raze.
Oh, there you go.
Sova is really good as well.
Yeah.
But, we're going to get a Phoenix. That was the first lock.
Ooh.
I haven't seen Phoenix in a hot minute.
I haven't seen Phoenix in a hot minute on Bind. Probably not since, like, TSM Drone.
Yeah.
So it has been a while since we've seen some Phoenix on there, and I think especially now that Fuslie is going with Arena, we probably do need to have somebody like Pokimane play a Sova, because when I look at the agent comps that most of these players are used to for Team Poki, Pokimane's usually the only one that plays Initiator. Or unless they want to go triple duelist, then we're really playing TSM style.
So what do you think? Are you edging anybody based on the picks so far?
I'm edging towards a Sova. I'm edging towards a Sova here, but at least while we wait for Poki to choose. On the other end, though, this is what we're talking about, right? No Jet to come out here on the attacker side, but you're still going double duelist and potentially like double duelist and a half. Masayoshi going out with an initiator that's going to help to get information as a Sky, but also could use that agent selfishly, as a duelist to help entry into the site. And Katamina continue with an Omen is going to be huge with the paranoias, and I don't think that it's such a bad take to take an Omen into these maps. I think we've seen like a small resurgence of Omen into pro play, especially during the Champions Tour, when we actually saw that coming out here from Team Ascent with Blown Cold, if I'm not mistaken, on Split.
Yes, you are correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bone Cold with the Brim, with the Omen, all the off-meta picks, but it works if you have a plan. You know how to play to the strengths of the agent and synergize with your teammates. It can always work in Valorant. That's one of the reasons why I like this game so much. Provides like a lot of different looks.
Damn, we're fragging out. We're fragging out for Team Poki. We're going triple duelist.
Ooh, man, I haven't seen triple duelist in a long time.
Yeah, since TSM. So, yeah, let's see how that pans out. I mean, it did work out for potentially, like, maybe one event, I think, when TSM was trying that out with the triple duelist comp. And it was exactly with a Phoenix in there as well, right? They were going Phoenix Jet, of course, on Wardell. And then the last one, potentially a switch between Raze and Reyna. And I would say it'd be Raze, right? With Sabrosa, hence Rosa ults. But let's see what happens, man. We do have this ninth round to come out. And let's see if we got some in-game comms as we start things out here on Bind.
Oh, they're going for the planter! They're going for the planter! Oh my gosh! I got him. Oh, I got one more! Okay.
One hit Sky.
Wait, we just win, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, is that how that works?
This is the plant. They have to defuse.
Stop him!
Oh,
Let's go.
Die!
Let's go, team.
Do we go in the top
I had
order
no
or?
idea it actually like revolved around the plants.
yeah, it's kind of
I'm
weird.
so confused.
There you go, Dan. The strategy of going around the spike plant does work on the attacker side.
There you go. Just like that. Team Poki going to start off with the 1-0. Very nice indeed. Okay, this is crazy. This is crazy because if Team Poki do anything except just run it down. I'm going to be surprised. They got 3 duelists.
And that's what I'm saying. This is a great way to start things off too, Dan, right? We talked about the plant that they got 300 across the board around the win, so that's 3,300 across the board for all of these players. And on top of that, we could just go aggressively with the Spectres. This could snowball into a huge momentum shift for the attackers. So we're going to have to play this very, very smart for Team JoJo, where you already see Masayoshi playing inside U-Haul with a shorty, while the rest are sticking with classics. So they really want to bring the economy back on their side immediately into round number 3.
With the early pressure on B as well. Get the ultimate orb. Always very nice. And there we got Poki on the double satchel. Clearing out the site. Nothing here to stop the plant from going down. That's that nasty one from Fuseli already. Getting on top of the game right now with some of these headshots. I mean, they're just against pistols, but hey, you know, when you're hitting nice martial shots, it feels good.
Yeah, with an entry like that, amazing. And on top of that, Dan, you talked about it, that they had to run it down. They definitely ran it down for Team Poki right there, and that was a beautiful martial shot from Fuseli. And just, I like the continuation of scaling, not allowing Team JoJo to actually go for the rotations back from the A side to B. So only losing one player, not much damage has been inflicted from JoJo, Team JoJo, sorry, onto Team Poki. So the economy is going to be quite good for the bonus going into this round, following after that. Now, triple duelist. Again, Dan, I feel like we got a couple of upgrades, actually. I saw a Vandal being purchased for a bit, and then, okay, now we decide to stick to our bonus. So because we're going with bonuses, I'd like to see the attackers stick together, which they currently are, trying to get some early sands control.
And Poki with the Boombot lineup, that's going to clear out Hookah on the left side. So now you only have to worry about the rights.
Correct.
Good angle there on top of the B site. Paint shots going in as well, so just keep that pressure on. And there's just 3 players here on the defense, so lots of players ready to go for the defense. Quarter Jade opens things up nicely, but Poki right at the back of the site with the double, able to deal the damage that's needed to clear it all out and allow that spike to go down. Masayoshi trying to get these pop flashes through, but not having too much success here for the team right now.
Wow.
Poki is looking dangerous.
Well, Broden continues with the signature judge into this round, but the entry for the rest was super nice there for Team Poki. Box started things off, and that's what I like that second round where they kept running it down. It was Box that kept running down with the Phoenix so that they could actually build the ultimate into that round. So picking up the orb towards long B, you go with the run it back from the Phoenix ult into the site. You're trying to scare out and force your opponents out of their positions of where they're hiding inside that B site, therefore creating a diversion so that Poki could actually get towards the back of the site and get those 2 nice double kills in the end. So the bonus round was huge. She picks up a Vandal for a beautiful kill onto Masayoshi on that rotate into Hookah. And into this round now, you're putting Team JoJo into a tight buy. So back with a judge, using it for you. I'd like to see a judge more towards Hookah, though, if Broden's going to keep using that judge here, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're going to be switching things up here. Team Poki looking to assault the A site instead, and it's a half buy for Team JoJo, and they guessed incorrectly going to be the side of the round, but Spike goes down. Binaz opens things up. This wall is there as well to make life very difficult for the retake. See Binaz holding onto U-Haul, and again, that's the only point of entry right now. Until that wall goes down, the only way they can get in is through U-Haul.
Yeah.
It's starting to work on the wall.
So I like that they're knifing it half and not fully breaking it down in case it gets spammed as soon as the wall breaks, trying to bait it out. You saw one towards showers. They're trying to hunt it down for some econ damage, but this is looking like a sealed deal here for Team Poki on the pulse plant.
Yeah, making their way forward, but they can't deal with the weaponry advantage coming through for Team Poki. They'll convert against the half buy of Team JoJo, but because it's a half buy, that means the next round we're going into will feature a full buy here for Team JoJo. So this will be the first best chance at taking a round, I'd say, against Team Poki. So we'll see what their adjustments are. And right now, Alex, it's really hard because Team Poki are kind of just sending it A or B, and it's just hard right now, it feels like, for Team JoJo to kind of really figure it out.
Yeah.
In terms of how do we manage this?
And that's exactly it. They're playing this more reactionary, right? You're playing those 3 players inside B site. You're playing 2 players inside A site, but the A site players are always holding in towards you, so not really using much to try to get information. Even you're looking at this mini map, we already have a smoke down towards bottom long B, but this allows for the opponents to scale up, but you don't really have anything to try to gain that information. So I feel that it'll be nice for them to try to fight back, fight early, especially when Team Poki doesn't have an initiator. You have good opportunities to catch your opponents off guard, and there's the first one that's caught off guard as Box gets killed as he was trying to spray towards Heaven's side.
But it's still quite confusing for Team JoJo. They've heard noise B long, they've heard noise A short, they've heard noise on showers with the all picked up. So again, it's still quite unknown, but the Seekers go out there from Masayoshi to try to confirm the information. Where are these players? The Seekers will allow you to understand where most of them are. And Masayoshi's going to follow on behind, and it's going to convert the kills. 4 against 3 now. Desperation starts to sink in here for Team Poki. Going into that B side, the dismiss from Quarter Jade. Beautiful to get out of that position. And now Beanaz knows she has to commit to this one, but the timing is just better for Quarter Jade again. Resets to another fight, and Quarter Jade locks the B site down.
Again, going with the couple buff, and you really needed some big kills coming out from Masayoshi there towards that short A side, because yes, you had the Seekers that came out to get some information. It spotted 2 players, and it was the same 2 players on the default that Team Poki was using towards that A site. But at the same time, you still had an orb being picked up towards B side, so there's still a lack of information happening at the same time. I like the idea from Starsmitten though, as the Seeker came by, it was actually wasn't going against her, so she just let it through so she could try to potentially get some sort of like late lurk kill. But after losing her teammate early in that round, it didn't pay off in the end. So this round, less of a default, more of a initially looking like a 5-player hit towards short A side, and we got some nice actually poison clouds being set up here. As a showstopper to open up
from Poki straight into that triple position, and out goes Masayoshi. Big kill to get on the opening. Box as well, finding success and grounds gained. U-Haul here for the team as well, giving massive advantages in holding this site now for Team Poki as they wait for the spike to detonate. And it looks like that is exactly what's going to happen at this rate, unless there's some magic here from the remainder. But Box, fantastic position, picks off Casamina. There's very little left to work with now here for the remainder of Team JoJo.
Such low HP there for Quarter Jade, as we saw before, I think, right? 3 HP that she had left. Oh, no, she's at 100. It's actually Fusli that's at 3. So we're going to see what's going to happen as the wall breaks, but they're running that clock down so well for Team Poki, and there you go. The round finishing for Team Poki, and I kind of like what I'm seeing here, Dan. The regular going for the Poison Cloud throw from the Palm Tree into U-Haul to try to cover that up, putting that wall up to allow Pokimane to go for a satchel charge. Not this time a Rosa ult. She gets a +8 out of that one because she's able to get the ultimate kill onto Masayoshi into A site. So we talk about this communication, this teamwork that works well for these teams. It's still pretty high level from what I've seen so far in terms of the site executions for Team Poki. So I really, really like this so far.
So now we'll get that pressure once again, and one thing to remember as well, with the composition that Team Poki's running, the expectation is that they win the attacking side. So that's one thing to bear in mind as they're running the 3 duelist opening. And
that's true.
Box with a pick onto the B site. It's going to deal with these saving players for half buy.
Ooh. It was a nice little dink that came out, though, from Broden. And now Quarter Jade is on a big flank.
Might get a good timing on with that one. Walking into the Viper's pit. Takes down Starsmitten, and there's a lot more players to go, but is there even a gun to be collected? I don't think so. Oh dear, there goes the flash. It's going to whiff, but doesn't matter. Trade is in place. 6-1 the score now in favor of Team Poki, as this aggressive playstyle with the 3 duelists is really working out for them. And they're staying in packs mostly here, Alex, and it's working for them.
Which is great, because staying in packs like that allows you to be very quick and reactionary on what's happening, because as Quarter J gets that kill into the Viper's Pit and that Viper's Pit goes down, then the immediate reaction is Beanaz is going to throw slow orbs into short A. That allows for the double swing from Box and her to get the kill into Quarter Jade. But not only that, while that sticks together, I like how we're continuing to scale forward for Team Poki, because Pokimane made it into the spawn of Team JoJo. So really, they're pulling out all stops, and it's working very well. And Team JoJo is having to use every single round and try to adapt. And this time they're adapting the Sky onto the B site, trying to fight back towards Long, and it works out only for 1. And
right now the defense is kind of displaced. All relies on this Judge. from Broden, and the judge is going to deliver on Hookah. But the rest of the team here for Team Poki making their way safely through B long into the site. Timing not looking good around elbow though, but Box still gets the kill. This is an interesting one. Quarter-J's managed to find a way backside. A nice pick up. Catching the Phoenix ult though. The run it back will deal with that one, and very little left now. Just Brook swinging on through Hookah. 1 versus 2 now with that frag, and oh, it's so close against Binance. That was such a good engagement. Unfortunate for Brook, and that's a 7-1 advantage now for Team Poki.
And like I said, the idea worked out to try to have that Sky towards Long B to get information, but just we didn't have an extra player to try to set up the crossfire here with Masayoshi, especially when you're playing a Sky where you don't really have that escapability, right? The only other exit that you may have is taking a teleporter out, and if you take the teleporter out, then you're already weakening your B defense there and keeping one stuck towards the shower side of sight. But again, it continues to be Team Poki to get these trades that are nice, but also continue to scale up into these sites. Like the run it back from Box. We talked about how it's difficult how we haven't seen Phoenix in a long time. And it's paying off here for Box. In this round, a little bit of a change. Triple aggression towards Sands, but it's still here won by the attacker side.
Getting the orb control is always nice. As Poki just having fun with the satchels, getting a lot of space there.
Oh.
Might be a gun to be picked up, but Poki might be good for the hunt. It's actually going to be Fusely though. So right now it just seems like there's no real answer on the defense for Team JoJo. What would you want to see them do as an adjustment to deal with what Team Poki's offering here?
I like that they're fighting back here, Dan. So the last round when they had the triple Sands push is like, okay, we know that they're defaulting a bit towards Sands, towards long and short. Not much showers control, so it's okay to leave that open. I like that adjustment, or how they decide not to work anything here for Team JoJo. But now on that previous round was only on pistols. I'd like to see more aggression coming out with the gun rounds, where you could potentially catch these players off guard here for Team Poki. And as I mentioned, like the showers is open and they never really use it for Team Poki. We actually have a double push here from Masayoshi and Quarter J to go for a longer flank.
And there comes the showstopper again. That's gonna, oh, should have cleared Octagon, but doesn't find the mark. So that's gonna be awesome here because Broden's still with that position with the operator. Has that line of wow, Binance out of nowhere. Decapitates Broden, nothing left on that B-long position. But they still have to hold the site, and they don't have the best positioning, but Box finds a favorable timing.
Flank is still coming.
Here comes Masayoshi. Speaking of favorable timings, Masayoshi looking to save the day. And Quarter J comes through as well, and it is that couple buff as they work on this retake. Just down to Quarter J now, as Fusely works her way around, but Quarter J, better position, better timing, and plenty of time for that defuse.
Yeah, Dan, in this round, the adjustment went towards like this double pressure on both extremities and allowing Quarter Jade that found success previously with a flank with a Spectre, I think, when it was in that Viper's pit 3 rounds ago. This time goes with a full flank into B, but I think the operator that was heavily invested here for Broden came into fruition too. With the amount of times that Team Poki went for the boombot into Sands, but having 1 or 2 default towards long B, that definitely helped Team JoJo to hold initially what happened there. But it still came down to a 1 versus 1 though, Dan. So despite getting that early information, it's still Team Poki that takes the upper hand on the trades to enter into these sites.
And there's the showers control attempt coming through from Masayoshi. I like how active Masayoshi is as a player, trying to get that info.
Look at that.
To get that good position, the angle unexpected by Box. I think the guiding light caught any players there, but Team Poki actually have a good timing to re-clear showers.
This is the game plan here, Dan. Look at this minimap. As right now, Masayoshi is fighting towards this area and throwing his utility. On the other end, Quarter Jade was getting ready to push down towards Long B. She falls back and she's now ready to TP, and they're going to try to do a showers crunch. Off and
Quarter Jade with it all to do here, coming through the TP. Oh, Binance just straight in there. No fear at all. That's a huge frag from Binance.
No.
Broden walks into that one. Unfortunate. However, Masayoshi's still active towards that short A position. Now, if they choose to go through this, the problem here is that this could be a one and done for Masayoshi. There's no way to back off after getting a frag, although that wall might provide some cover. They're going to line up here for Masayoshi, but still Poki very fast to that one, down to 10 HP. Katamina against the world here. 1 versus 2. The spike in hand for Star Smitten, and they'll get the plant on the B sites.
And Poki still pushing towards spawn side. So Katamina, okay, she lands that one. Nice little run and gun. It's a 1v1 then.
Yeah, Katamina! Oh, that's just so sick there. So ready for that one. The triple kill, the clutch coming up huge for Team JoJo when they need it the most. And now there's an opportunity to maybe get that 4-8 first off. It's not sexy, Alex, but it's better than 2-10.
Exactly. If any round that you're able to salvage right now, or even ending on an 8-4, is actually still a pretty decent finish on a half in the end. But you definitely got to give credit to Katamina on winning at 2 versus 1. And the way that she just continued to push very aggressively, I got to say that there was a little bit of luck because Team Poki was ready to go for a spawn side, and they didn't expect that Katamina was going to be that close. So it actually catches 2 players off guard. And I'm talking about luck on timing that allows Katamina to be able to get those 2 kills quite fast and save that round there for Team JoJo. This round, though, it's going to be very, very fast and explosive. Off the hunters are starting to run it back. And it's going to try to create some space. It works out with hot hands. We canceled it out for Masayoshi. He has it up, a big slow orb, and lands a shot there onto Star Smitten.
And there's that fight kind of raging on for this site right now. The ball broken, utility streaming in. Masayoshi can't get there in time against Boostly into U-Haul. And that U-Haul position is very well held at this point. But they're all stacked up, so opportunity here possibly. If these fights go the way of Team JoJo on the entry, that's a good start there from Quarter Jade. Broden with the boombot to keep that pressure on, but B9's in a good spot to shut it down, and that's exactly what happens by Pocket. And now it's down to Katamina once again. Can she do it again? Woo! Yes! Katamina locks in the triple kill and the clutch.
So I was part of Tarek and Shroud's watch parties into the VCT Champions, and this is one of those moments where Tarek would usually say, we have a game in our hands. It looked like it was very one-sided to start things off, Dan, but like I said, an 8-2 scoreline to finish things off to stop the bleeding, and now they also switch sides into a triple duelist on defense. If you don't continue to snowball the way that Team Poki did on their aggressiveness on the attack, if they don't do that on defense, there's still a great chance here for Team JoJo to come back into this game.
Yeah, and it took a lot of heroics to do that. But again,
thanks to Katamina,
it's about weathering the attack-sided composition with the 3 duelists from Team Poki. And weathering, could that be classified as a success for 4 rounds? I think so, like you're saying. So we'll see, because being on the defense with the duelists won't be as easy. They have to play active and aggressive on the defensive side. And that's going to happen towards B long.
The British are coming. The British are coming.
Plant the bomb. Plant the bomb.
Planting. Hold me.
Yeah. We're covering you.
Okay,
Hey,
they're
all
protecting
here.
the fucking bomb.
Okay.
You ready to... Oh, wait. I guess, we let them come.
Oh god.
Oh.
That Phoenix is low.
They're defusing. They're defusing.
Oh my
it's
god.
halved. It's halved.
Okay, get this Phoenix.
What the?
Who has the gun?
Whoa! What the hell? Oh.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my
Nothing
god,
garden.
Miyoung, go off! Get your 4K!
Oh yeah, Miyoung, it's all you.
Get my 4K. You guys are crazy.
Get it!
She's one.
Get the 4K! Yes! Let's go!
Oh my, thanks, T. Wow, thanks.
Oh my.
Yeah, and they're really gassing up Katamina. I mean, she deserves it.
Dude, Dan, at this point, not only is she gassed up, the whole team's gassed up. This is good momentum right now as they take over the attacker side here. So I can't wait to see what happens for Team JoJo, because Katamina, after 2 clutches and the whole team standing behind her and getting a 4K on the knife round, this is definitely going to help swing that momentum and gain that confidence to take the attacker side, especially now that they could bonus up with the Spectres.
Oh man, just over the last few rounds, turned into a completely different game now. It's totally different. Masayoshi with the Trailblazer will find the Viper by the pocket position.
Nice flank
That is
for info.
Doesn't matter. They're just going to power on through. There's still a work in progress on this A side, but it's looking pretty decent. However, these pistols doing a lot more damage than expected. Quarter J in the back though. Leaving it all to box here for Team Poki, and Team JoJo should be good to convert this one. There might be a gun to be collected.
I was going to say,
they're anything away.
Yeah, I think there's still a gun towards Palm Tree that could still pick up. So the plan's going to happen towards the A side, but he's going to have to go for a full cross to try to pick up the weapon. So he's going through Cave instead to pick it up, and that's going to be a weapon on the X that we're trying to recuperate. But that flank from Box, even though that we were saying that it didn't get too much information, was good enough because we had a 4-player stack for Team Poki there.
Yeah, and so much noise was cut here as well with that rotation to pick up that gun. At this point, it could be anywhere. And there is the element surprise for the first kill, the second offering itself. But, I mean, in Kanamina, we trust a safe pair of hands in these clutch moments, time and again. I believe, Vansili, Kanamina's closed out, what, like last 4 or 5 rounds in a row?
At least, yeah, at least 4 in a row. Like, and 3 of those 4 were clutches, Dan. So 3 clutches and a 4K knife round for 4 rounds in a row as Katamina. Yeah, she ends the round for Team JoJo to catch up into this one, but this was fairly expensive. Thankfully, the most expensive gun that was spent was saved into this round. But Team Poki will have to see what they're going to try to do. You're looking at the width they're setting up the defense. It looks to be pretty much of a default, right? There's no aggression coming out from the duelists. You have to be a little bit more reactionary if you're going to stay back inside of the site because you don't have these initiators.
And we get the walk down short B coming through actually from Binance. Now this is very scary stuff. You don't want to go too deep here. Binance is gonna maybe find the timing. It's so scary. Gets the perfect timing. Nobody's looking. And able to get away.
No!
Yeah, okay. No. Masayoshi able to stop that one. I was about to say get away scot-free, but obviously the trade comes through. Fast response. Big rotation into the site. Masayoshi gets caught out. And,
oh my.
Oh no. They're not really in position, Alex, here to kind of capitalize. They weren't. We didn't have the spacing ready for Team JoJo to actually explode onto the B site.
I'm still surprised that we went for it after we heard the run it back coming out from back site. Yeah. So the run it back that came out and the paint shells, but unluckily enough is by the time that we were able to react into, oh my god, there's actually a run it back from the Phoenix in the back of the site, the spike got picked off and dropped right there in that kill, that box. And I see chat, I think you want it. Bok. Got the kill there onto Masayoshi into the hookah area to drop that spike. So it makes things difficult for Team JoJo to continue with the execution inside the site. And Team Poki, well, they take that point.
Now the sheriffs come out to play. Masayoshi gets shut down. Box says, shut up. Knocks him on his ass and is continuing to really just dominate with his Vandal. Obviously only against pistols, but it's the confidence game. And so taking those big swings.
We talked about aggression, Dan. We talk about aggression, and what I like, it's actually coming out from Binance instead of the duelists usually. So the Frost Orbs have been on point on how she's been throwing these so far to really slow down Team JoJo. So it's off to Broden and Quarter Jade to go for a big flank here, but they have to go in such a long route to try to pick up this spike. So I like that Team Poki are not trying to really chase these downs. They're just really trying to watch out the angles to cover this spike.
Still some damage to be done here. It would be great if, for either Broden or Quarter Jade, if they were able to just take away a couple guns, just keep that economy in check. But difficult angle and shot against the Vandal, but Quarter Jade takes down Fusli, and there's a Vandal to be picked up here, so more damage is certainly possible. But how much more? Vandal collected. Boombot's going to be...
Oh, she's going for it.
Empress is coming out as well. I like it. Quarter Jade is looking for some damage, looking for some fights. However, time is of the essence, and Team Poki don't have to go anywhere.
And it's 2 players that could be very quick in terms of rapid fire rate, because you have the Empress with the buff coming in from Quarter Jade, and an Ares. But back on the flank!
Back on the flank, and maybe Quarter Jade picks this one up. The invis comes through on the Empress, and suddenly some extra kills just landing at the feet of Quarter Jade. Of course, can't win the round, but again, the objective, with the spike down at Fountain was to get the damage in, and I think it's fair to say that happened.
Oh, definitely. I think in the end, you're pretty happy to at least save the Vandal onto Quarter Jade after getting a couple of kills, hurt the Econ on the other end, and this is what I'm talking about, man. The Frost Orb on that ground, allowing their box to move forward for those kills. Yes, they are eco chasing, but I like it because you continue with our confidence and say, look, we're playing triple duelist, so you have to be afraid of us. They have rounds where they're pushing forward. They have rounds where they're running defaults here for Team Poki, or at least more contained on a defense rather than defaults. And this round is one of those that's going to be slightly more contained, at least towards the A site. But you still have Box looking for aggression into into Sense. But on the end, what's there, Dan? Another Frost Orb towards the B side to hold such an aggressive push and fast push from Team JoJo into B.
Yeah, some good pace on this one, on this attack. The Seekers come through as well, and Kodajay will follow those through. And it's a really good opening coming right now from Team JoJo. The dismiss is perfect from Kodajay as well, but Fusli was just that Reina diff. There's the heal up as well, the flick to Katamina, but he just cannot stop Katamina. Can't stop, won't stop. We've got now just Poki left. It's starting to look quite difficult here for Team Poki on the defense. 3 rounds now the deficit for Team JoJo as they start to speed up this recovery. And this is looking like the momentum is, I mean, you mentioned it, Alex, like the momentum is with them, and it's not leaving anytime soon.
And it continues on the other end too. Like we were commending how Team Poki were doing very well into continue to push outside of the site into the spawn side, into elbow when they're getting these pulse plant situations. But Team JoJo is definitely doing the same thing. And again, you're going triple duelist is not necessarily a bad thing, but there's also the fact that their single controller is also already placing most of her utility into the A site, right? So if they have to play a retake into B site, they don't. Oh, look at this push, Dan.
Yeah, Box kind of great timing. Oh, we got to be good on the shots though, and that's the opportunity gone. Inaz, though, on the other end of it, takes down Katamina, and the wall goes up to slow things down, make it difficult. See, she already backside, though, and Kodajay with the defense towards Zuka. It's very difficult here for both sides as they try to force their way in here, Team Poki, but they will be largely deflected. Star Smitten working through from spawn. Oh, fantastic series of kills, though, making a difference.
Yeah, so I was going to say too, like what makes it very difficult here for Team Poki on these retakes is that you don't have any other controller that's going to allow to like smoke out these main choke points when you're trying to retake the site, right? So for example, trying to go back into this B site, you don't have any smokers that's going to be able to put a smoke up into hookah, a smoke into long octagon, so they could try to go and pinch into the sites better. But thankfully, for me, Box, I don't know how many run it back that this player was able to pick up into this whole game so far, but this has been one of the key moments that allows Team Poki for these nice retakes. So if they continue to farm these orbs or farm these kills with Box, and it continues on the way that it does, they could potentially drag it out to a victory. But the momentum is continuing back towards the sand side.
Well, that's been blown up completely. It was a good attempt, but timing not favorable there for Box. Now, for Team JoJo, they don't have to just go heavy into that B site off of the back of this. Given the fact that the spike's being found, this is obviously huge info for Team Poki. But look at Kodajay wrapping her way around. This is just insane.
They have a Viper's Pit. There you go.
Oh, but Kodajay's wrapped back around again around the site. Now she's been discovered. This gets really weird now. And they're just going to force the issue. Poki with paint shells again, refreshing that one with a double kill. And Kodajay finally finding a way through to the Viper's Pit.
That was crisp. And a res too. Big paranoia. This allows a huge flank here, Dan.
Oh, the dismiss just in time from Kodajay. And really making it doable here for Katamina, despite very little health. Again, there indeed, from the shadows to allow a spike plant coming in. And we've seen Katamina win these clutches before. Now, the remaining players are quite low, Binans and Poki in particular.
Yeah. And she's used her paranoia before to try to take spike with her teammate, Kodajay. So she only has the smokes and a rifle. That's gone.
Well, at least, the showstopper had to be burned for that one. They also got rid of the Viper's Pit as well.
You're right. But it's also 12 to 7 right now for Team Poki, so you have to try to come back for 5 rounds in a row. But let's see if Team Poki could actually just close this out, because they're now at match point in this BO1, and we want to know what the comms are going to look like. So let's check it out. That's the hype. They're just meditating here, Dan.
No noise.
Ooh.
Showers. At least one.
My bad. You got this, Les. They're falling off.
Oh God, they're everywhere.
Keep one outside
My
of
smokes are
TP.
falling.
Actually, one is showers.
Eh,
Like 3 showers.
really?
Yeah.
They could rest short.
Short.
Hannah has good flank.
Last player standing. I've got your 30 seconds left. Spike planted.
Well, Dan, it seems as though in this 2v1, we'll see if Binance could get it done. But you saw that big flank was coming, and you wanted your players to stay alive towards Hookah. But let's see if she could actually clutch this out.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. No idea where these two players are. That's a good slow, though. That's going to find one.
One enemy
They still don't have the information. Binance, will she check the cubby? No, unfortunate. Katamina again, the one to close it out.
Katamina's owning in these clutch situations. But yeah, as I mentioned before, it came down to like, okay, if we were able to stay alive for maybe like 4 more seconds from Hookah, or sorry, from you. If Masayoshi actually didn't get those 2 kills onto you right here, that was no Seekers, which would allow Binance to have such a huge flank then towards Palm Tree right after, and then it would have potentially been that map point here for Team Poki. But you definitely got to give it, once again, another nice clutch situation from Katamina to keep things quiet, keep things calm. And by the way, quiet comms, I like it right now from the from Team Poki. They're really just focusing on the right information and when to give it, and not over calm.
That was the problem, though. We just saw an opening pick coming through. I like the reaction, just taking that position up B long into the site. There's nobody there to defend this one. Oh, but Binance is going to strike back from over the top of the dark cover. Oh, and just like that, there's a real chance now for Poki to close it out. Team Poki. But Katamina again. She says no. Katamina says no. There's still one more to go. Poki satcheling in. Katamina just playing with her food at this point. We all know how this story ends. We've seen it over and over again. As that spike ticks away, and it's going to be Poki that has to take the battle, and Katamina's going to close it down like she always does.
At this point, Dan, every time we see that Katamina's alive on a 1 versus X clutch, let's just go into the next round. We can just fast forward knowing that Team JoJo is going to win this one. That is
just unbelievable.
It's so good. The amount of clutch situations she's able to win. Probably higher than like so many of the VCT players.
No, exactly. It's like you don't see just reliably one person just always winning every 1vx. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. So this is looking great. At least for Team JoJo to continue with this this momentum off these clutches. But there's still a great gun round here for Team Poki. There's still probably one more kill right now that allows Box to get a run it back. And it's Box trying to clear showers first.
Pushing all the way.
And her
catch Masayoshi. He's going to catch Masayoshi, but no! Can't find the damage. It's Masayoshi to defend, and that's an early advantage. I love the play from Box.
Yep.
But it's getting worse for Team Poki.
And it was just nice game sense there from Masayoshi, too. Probably understanding that his opponent was also one orb away of picking it up, so wanted to make sure that showers was covered.
And it's going to be commitment here towards the A site from Team JoJo to finish it off. Poki holding on to the U-Haul position. Quarter J goes down. Nice little flick there from Poki. Suddenly it swings in favor of Team Poki. Will this be the round? Poki picks up the showstopper, the satchel on through to find the last target, sending it down short. And it's just Katamina again, 1 versus 2. But there's the defuse is getting stuck all the way. Poki's going to do all of it with Binance helping out as well. And that is a beautiful finish there. Team Poki get it done. You can't help but feel sad for Katamina given all of her efforts. But Team Poki with the triple duelist comp is going to win binds.
Guys, I'm listening and I hear Katamina